President John Dramani Mahama is here.
Carrying out this event. We also have the Paramount Chief of Ningo Nene Oshrogbo Jangma, the 12th, who have all joined us. Indeed, the distinguished guests here are so many, and in the interest of time, I would plead that you allow me to proceed on the protocol already established by our two lady MCs. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me put this in a bit of context. You must have heard me recently talk about a new green digital city, which we plan as a 20-year project to help decongest Accra. Accra will remain the capital, but we will move some of the government agencies and other critical offices out of Accra, into the new city, so that the kind of gridlock that is beginning to happen in Accra would ease. This will be a new city that would attract investment, it will attract tourism, it will be a smart city, it will have a modern drainage system, it will have good sanitation, there will be no kiosks and containers in that city, and people will not be hawking by the roadside in that city. If you want to sell anything, you sell in the market that is provided in the city. Now, all this that is happening here is not in isolation, because the city stretches from here, Dawa Industrial Park, including the Saglemi Housing Estate, through Bondasi Military Range, into Volta and Eastern regions. And so this will be the industrial enclave. And then there will be the residential enclave. There will be the enclave for offices. There will be the commercial district. There will be the financial district. And so it will be a very well laid out city. So everything that is happening here is being integrated into the green digital city that we have envisioned for our dear nation, Ghana. The feasibility study and the design for this city will begin by the end of this year. And the Minister of Finance is already making budgetary provision for the designs and feasibility studies. But today we're here to cut sword for the SFI project, Solar for Industries. And you've heard the Deputy Minister talk, you've heard LMI explain what the project is. And so it gives me great joy to join you here in Agoto for the sword-cutting ceremony of the Solar for Industries project. This milestone brings together energy, innovation, and industry under one bold vision. Today's ceremony is not just about turning the soil to cut sword, it's about turning a page in how we power our growth, in how we build our industries, and how we secure our energy future. The Solar for Industries project, developed by Park Solar in partnership with Quam Investments, the International Finance Corporation, and with technical cooperation from the EPC contractors who are Chinese, marks a significant shift towards renewable industrial energy. This facility will produce clean, stable, and affordable electricity dedicated to Ghana's manufacturing and export zones. And this is the core of our 24-hour economy and industrial recovery program. When we launched the Reset Agenda, we pledged to make energy the catalyst for inclusive industrialization. Our objective has always been clear: to create a Ghana where every factory, every cold storage facility, every digital hub, and every export plant can operate efficiently day and night without fear of power interruptions or the burden of high energy costs. The Solar for Industries project is therefore not an isolated initiative. It is part of a national blueprint that links energy transition, industrial competitiveness, and climate responsibility. As we embrace the 24-hour economy, Ghana's need for dependable power will grow across all sectors: manufacturing, food processing, mining, textiles, and ICT. Projects like this will enable that expansion to be both possible and sustainable. Under the National Renewable Energy Master Plan, we've set an ambitious target to achieve a minimum of 15% renewable energy share by the year 2030. Through initiatives such as SFI, we're advancing this goal and aligning Ghana with the global clean energy transition. This will enable our industries to stay competitive under the new global trade regulations, including the European Union's Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, which will soon penalize exports from any country with a high carbon footprint. Investing in solar-powered industrial parks today helps protect Ghanaian jobs, maintains market access, and positions our industries to compete and export confidently under the African Continental Free Trade Area and other trade agreements we have with other parts of the world. Please permit me to acknowledge and appreciate our partners: Park Solar, Quam Investments, the International Finance Corporation have demonstrated exemplary faith in Ghana's industrial transformation. Your collaboration shows what can happen when public vision aligns with private enterprise. But let me take a moment to acknowledge especially my friend Kyle Kelhofer for the work that he's done in respect of IFC investments in our Ghanaian economy. I have promised him that I'm going to give him a Ghanaian passport as a reward for the very hard work he's done for Ghana. Kyle, thank you very much, and God richly bless you. I'm sure when you retire, you're coming to stay in Ghana permanently. But let me also comment on what is possible if the public and private sector work together. I know that there was an attempt to involve private sector in power utility and at the distribution level. And we all remember the example with PDS. PDS was not a bad thing. It is just that it was handled wrongly, and many people had personal interest in PDS, and that's why it failed. But there's something to be said for injecting private sector efficiency into public utilities. And I gave an example before. Enclave Power buys bulk electricity from the power utilities and distributes it within the free zones enclave, and has a 99% collection rate of bills. And the lights are always on in the industrial enclave. And so the industries there have a high ratio of power, and they don't see blackouts the way other places do. And so there's something to be said for private sector participation in utilities, not only for electricity, but even for water. We're going to experiment a pilot where we have small town water systems that are broken down, that are publicly administered. And we're going to involve private sector companies to repair those small town water systems, distribute the water, and be responsible for the bill collection. After all, the PURC is the one that sets the tariffs. And so these companies are not going to be able to set tariffs that are above what our people can afford to pay. And so we're going to have a pilot both in the water sector, and we're also going to continue the efforts to inject private sector in the bill collection and the last point of service of power distribution to customers, so that we can bring efficiency in collecting revenues in order that we can pay the power generators who are providing the electricity, including the private independent power producers. And so this is something that my government is intent of going forward with. The future we're creating requires partnership rooted in trust between governments, investors, communities, and the environment. And this project, Solar for Industries, embodies exactly that spirit. Our long-term energy vision is founded on 3 pillars: 1, sovereignty; 2, sustainability; and 3, security of supply. Sovereignty involves generating more of our energy locally and using the sun, wind, and water provided by nature to do so. This is how development should work: one project generating many opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, as we pursue industrial growth, we must also restore our natural heritage. Our rivers must run clear, our forests must regenerate, and our communities must breathe clean and fresh air. The Solar for Industries initiative supports the wider environmental agenda, aligning with the Blue Water Guards, the Tree for Life reforestation program, and the Clean Ghana campaign. Together, these initiatives are transforming Ghana into a model of ecological harmony and economic development. Every megawatt of clean energy we generate is a promise fulfilled, a pledge to our children that will leave them a healthier planet than the one we inherited. And so today's short curtain symbolizes the confidence that we have that Ghana can restore its economy on the pillars of resilience and responsibility. Confidence in our ability to produce, to process, and to export competitively. And confidence that renewable energy is not just the future, but it is also the present. This project shows that Ghana does not need to choose between economic growth and environmental protection. We can have both, and indeed we must have both. Distinguished guests, the Solar for Industries project is not just a power plant. It is a message that Ghana is prepared to lead the next phase of Africa's industrial renaissance, energized by the sun, propelled by innovation, and upheld by our collective determination. As we cut the sword, let us remember that every light that shines from this solar park will illuminate not just the factories and homes, but the aspirations of millions of Ghanaians whose dreams rely on energy and power. Let us build this project with integrity, speed, and purpose, so that when we return here to commission it, we can all say with pride that this is the dawn of Ghana's clean industrial revolution. I wish to thank you for coming. Thank you for your attention. To thank our partners and everyone whose efforts will turn this dream into a reality. May God bless the Solar for Industries project, and may God bless our beloved homeland, Ghana. I thank you for your attention.